Frederick, my favorite general. How goes the war?
War? Seriously, war? Why do war? What is it good for?
Absolutely not!
Wow! Yeah, what is it good for?
Absolutely not!
Say it again, y'all.
Hey everyone, it's me, FDA Storyteller, here to review Veggietales, God Wants Us to Make Peace, a lesson in getting along with others. Gee, I wonder what the message is. If only they could make it more obvious for kids. Look, don't get me wrong, this is a minor problem, but I appreciate a more clever title like Plays, Peas, and a Whole Lot of Peace. But I digress. Hope you're home, hope you're blessed, hope the Lord helps you manage your stress. Let's dive right on into the first episode, technically, of the Veggietales show. Story. We start our adventure with Bob pitching his show to Mr. Nether, still voiced by David Mann.
You look so nice in your suit.
Thanks so good.
Yeah. Look at you.
You want to unwrap this gift?
In hopes to borrow his studio, which is implied to be the same studio from The Star of Christmas, which happens in London.
I'd teach all of London to love. Is that so much?
Which would mean the whole show happens in London. Which is actually an interesting fact that The Muppet Show, which is similar, has Jim Henson and other Americans filming a show in England for an American/worldwide audience. Don't know if this was on purpose, but it's kinda cool, right? Okay, next point. During the pitch, Larry is hiding in the bushes.
Why are you talking to a plant?
I'm pausing to remind you that in this scene, everyone here is a plant.
Did you say something?
No, it was that tree again.
Do you mind?
So, long story short, Bob cusses out Larry in front of Nether, and despite tearing apart his office, Nether greenlights their show under one condition.
Everybody's in the show, or there's no show.
Bob begrudgingly agrees and rounds up the veggies for a new show. Okay, that's not all the veggies. That's like just the veggies from the opening theme. Where's Scooter? Where are the scallions? Where's Caucho? Now stop to think about that. All the veggies? The show's been around for nearly 30 years. There's over 150 Veggietales characters, at least according to Veggietales Wiki. Granted, a lot of them are kind of counting roles characters play, so like Larry and Duke would be different characters, but still, what about Caucho? Is he a couch? No! He's obviously a toaster. Why would you think a couch would be named Caucho? That's just racist. Look at him in his toastery goodness, before being unceremoniously replaced by QWERTY and never coming back. QWERTY doesn't even make sense. Why would you have your computer by the sink? That's just an accident waiting to happen. Some say his last mention was in Rack, Shack, and Benny.
Larry, he almost fell into a toaster back there.
I know Caucho is out there, plotting revenge. Revenge upon his very veggie amigos. Oh. So all the veggies show up, and Bob is disappointed to see all the veggies have their own ideas for what the show should be, and the Caucho is missing. Okay. Well, they've gotten everyone but Goliath the giant pickle, who happens to be delivering a pizza. When asked to join the other veggies, he immediately quits his job for a career in acting.
Hard to get work for Giant Pickle.
Without calling his employer like a boss. With Mr. Nether's urging, they start the show immediately. No time to plan or set up. Well, actually, he says tomorrow. But there's no cut, no nothing, so it feels like the same day. Bob, despite saying that everyone else's ideas aren't good enough for the show, still doesn't have an idea for the show. Petunia suggests that they answer fan mail for every episode. This time, it's a letter from Stuart, who wants to know how to make peace with his siblings during family game night. Singing a theme written by Larry, on the spot, mind you, the Veggies welcome the audience to their new vaudeville act. After the intro, Bob still doesn't know what to put on next. So, when the Pea suggests to sing a song about world peace, he gets excited, only to find out it's just a bunch of French pea propaganda. How no matter where other peas are from, French peas are the best of all.
French peas are the very best of all. We French peas are the very best of all.
Bob grows more frustrated and forces his friend to reenact the Bible story of Abraham and Lot. The play is kinda sweet. Jimmy and Pa once again take on their roles as Abraham and Lot, which is pretty cool. I really had a lot of problems with Abe and the Amazing Promise, so this was nice. I wonder if they'll go so far as to tell the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. On stage, they finish up, and Bob realizes that peace comes from putting others first. Which, can we address, Bob wrote the script and didn't realize his hypocrisy? He wrote a whole song about putting others first, then forced everyone to perform it. Well, I guess we all learn in different ways. He then proceeds to put Junior up to sing. Last. Well, I guess you can't change the past.
Abe had a thought for his favorite cousin Lot. Instead of making things worse, I'll let you go first.
Biblical inaccuracy.
Did you catch it? One more time.
Abe had a thought for his favorite cousin Lot.
Favorite cousin? Lot was his nephew. You might say,
Oh, SDA. Maybe it just didn't fit. And, it had to rhyme.
Ho ho ho! You'd think so, wouldn't ya?
nope, listen to this. Abe had a thought for his favorite nephew, Lot. So let's move on. There's not much left. We get to the verse. Hey, y'all remember Cordy? Well, forget him. We got an angel from heaven. Honestly, this is kind of cute. I just don't know how long this will be funny. But maybe there's a gimmick each time. Good choice, using Romans 12:18. Good interpretation, and basically, I love Larry saying,
Goodbye, Angel. Wait.
I'm ready for him to do a Heaven is for Real episode. Because, that's not theologically dubious. Okay, let's talk about the rating. The story was fun. I liked it more than the Christmas episode, if only because we've heard it so many times. But Bob being the one to learn the lesson twice in a row is kinda not great. Maybe that's the way this show is going to be moving forward. If so, I can't knock it for being formulaic, but I wish they'd give the other characters more to do.
At least you get to be in this show. I didn't get nothing.
I've watched some of the episodes since I wrote the script, and I know they do choose other characters, but since I wrote this first, I'm keeping this in the script, because those were my initial feelings when I first watched it. So, on its own, here's a 5. I'm revising my feelings to this app, because the next 2 episodes are fantastic. Personally, I didn't like the main story here, and while it's a much better introduction to the series, I wondered where it was going. I know it won't be as big as the old Veggietales, but I feel the story/interactions with the other characters could be more fleshed out. Also, there must be a lot on the cutting room floor because a lot of things don't make sense. Like Bob and Nether talking and Nether asking,
Who are you talking to?
What?
when Bob hasn't said anything? Not to mention the opening scene with Larry in the bush right beside Bob, and then suddenly he's in the corner and has to scoot over. There's a lot of little issues like that, well, kids won't notice, but dang, that's some bad continuity. So 5 for now. I hope it never gets worse than this. Honestly, I can only say that because I know it gets better.
I don't like the way this is turned out at all.
Music. The music was great. The theme was weird and silly. I don't know why Mr. Lunt is in a cage, but I hope they do like the Animaniacs, where there's a bunch of wacky things he says, like, "I'm full of rage! I got engaged!" Okay, jokes aside, this is why they don't let me write Veggietales.
But did you say world peace or world peas? World peas!
World Peas was fun and educational and revealing, as now we know that the peas are French supremacists. But, oh, it just beamed of joy. It was fun to watch them bounce around the screen.
I am Abraham. I am in the Bible.
Abraham and Lot. It was good. Another Phil Vischerfest. I love that Phil can basically go into a room and record most of a Veggietales episode all by himself. I think Asparagus of La Mancha was the last time a Veggie story was basically a one-man show, but don't quote me on that.
Wouldn't happiness increase if you had a little peace?
Peace. Not super creative, but I love hearing Lisa Vischer sing.
I'm Junior the Junior Shepherd.
Junior has great energy and brings a warmth to the show. I'm going to give the music a 6.5, as I laughed, I was moved, and I remember the song, but I didn't care for it much outside of the song by the Peas.
I'm feeling ill. Places, everyone.
Animation! I can't really say much more than I did last time. Larry still has a lot of shots with no tooth. It makes him look like an old man. Nothing else really stuck out to me except for the bush placement, which I mentioned earlier. It's I guess it's an animation mistake and it happens, but yeah. Oh, I also love the Easter eggs. It was good to see Grandma Nether and the Pizza Angel symbol and the Star of Christmas theater, etc. I'm not gonna rate this though, cause I don't want to keep rating this over and over again.
Fine, but Lappy's vote doesn't count.
Of course it counts!
Here, it's the story of Abraham and Lot. We're gonna teach kids about peace, whether
So,
you like
let's
it
talk
or
about
not.
the message. A lot of this I already covered, but I'm going to use this to replace where animation would be, so at least I just still have 3 things I'm rating. How well they conveyed the message? Was it preachy? Was it clever? Was it genius? Or was it missable? Okay, right off the bat, no one talks about peace, but that's how you establish the show, so it's okay that they didn't mention it right away. Once it's mentioned in the fan club, we're aware of it, but it's not super clear what they mean by peace.
No. Peace. Where does it come from? How do we live at peace with the people around us?
I mean, except for in the title, where they say it's getting along with people. And, hey, it's cool. We're gonna discover this message with the veggies. Then Bob's a bossy type of dude, and he makes all the veggies do whatever he wants. Which is a little out of, it's not totally out of character, but it's a little weird because then he all of a sudden has this amazing story about peace with Abraham and Lot and didn't catch himself doing the wrong thing. But that happens. Sometimes people don't realize that they're making the same type of error when they're writing something. And we end with the verse in Romans chapter 12, verse 18.
If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Romans 12:18. That is perfect.
All in all, I didn't like this. I feel like Bob's storyline was more about not being considerate than about making peace. These things are related. I feel it would have meant more if someone had intervened. Like Junior or, Petunia. Petunia actually gets involved, but briefly, and it gets ignored just as quickly. I nearly forgot it happened. It would have been better if we had seen how Bob, wanting his own way, tore apart the group. I don't know, just a little bit more character development, and seen them, struggling to regain peace after so carelessly demeaning his friends. The Bible story was a good choice, though. Dealt with it a bit better than Abe and the Amazing Promise, as I mentioned before. I know they can do better, and they will do better. I've seen the other episodes. So, all in all, this one wasn't great, and I started to worry about the show, so we're giving it a 5.5 out of 10. In general. Neither good, nor bad. I know it gets better, so I don't feel terrible. We can, ideally, only go up from here. Regardless, I wish peace upon all of you. And remember, God made you special, and He loves you very much. SDA Storyteller out. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I say we stop making those faces at them, and we take back all those lies we know aren't true, and we start by tearing down these walls, and I say we stop making those faces at them, and we take back all those lies we know aren't true, and we start by tearing down these walls, and we can tear down all these walls, and we can tear down all these walls, and we'll build bridges. We'll build bridges. Oh, will you come and build a bridge with me?
Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you guys one last note. Don't forget that you can get all the Veggietales episodes on yippee.tv, all the new ones that is. And the most recent episode is The Power of Love. It is fantastic. Hopefully I'll get a review for that out by next month. Yeah. So, oh, and don't forget to use my promo code for Yippee, which is Ken20. That is Ken, K-E-N 20. Yeah, so I hope that you guys get a chance to see the episodes, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Bye.